Today we are going to talk about some glitches with the Cruise Personalizer on the Princess.com website. I've got updates for you from people who have been on the Emerald Princess and people who are on the Emerald Princess right now. You might recall that yesterday I asked for those and you all are so kind, you sent those to me. And then we're going to talk a little bit more about dining on the Enchanted Princess. And I am going to tell you about a couple of group cruises that you're going to want to know about so that I'm not telling you what to sail on, but Gordon and I were booked on one of them and we are canceling that cruise because I don't want to cruise with a group this big and with what they've got planned. And then also the Let's Go family member who let me know about these, they are canceling their cruise as well because it's good to know what groups are going to be on board your cruise. So let's go ahead. We've got a lot to talk about today. Hi there, this is Allison with Let's Go Travel Tips. So let's start off talking about what's going on with the Cruise Personalizer on Princess.com. You might recall that yesterday I told you about glitches with trying to use Princess Easy Air, whether you were trying to use it on Princess.com or if I was trying to use it on Polar Online. Neither way was it working smoothly. I got in one time trying to do it yesterday afternoon, but then when I really wanted to move forward and book something, it wouldn't go through. And every time it just comes up with an error saying they're having technical difficulties and to call their number in order to take care of your Princess Easy Air. So if you are having trouble with that, you can either call Princess or ask your travel agent to, or you can go ahead and just hang on and hope that they iron this out soon. I did notice, and last night in our live people were talking about it as well, that things are glitchy in the Cruise Personalizer as well, looking at all of the different drink packages. It was really interesting to me because I had seen someone had asked a question about the coffee card, and in my head, it's my bad, I kind of merged together the coffee card and the coffee package, and I think it's because I don't drink coffee that I have never used that and I'm not quite as familiar with it. But she said, you know, it's disappeared from the website. Well, if you are new around here, one of our Let's Go family members said, you know, the coffee cards went away quite some time ago. I think she said like 5 years ago. But they have a Newgrounds coffee package, and this Let's Go family member couldn't see it. I went and I couldn't see it, but I could see the soda package, but then on mine I could not see the Princess Plus package and the Premier packages correctly. But when Gordon logged in and to look at the cruise that we're going to cancel, he could see the Premier package and the Plus package. But when he clicked on the soda package to book it for our cruise, just testing it out, it wouldn't let us save it. So what I'm trying to tell you is that if you are having trouble using the Cruise Personalizer on Princess's website, hang on. I am really hoping that they're updating it and we'll get their problems ironed out super fast. All right, and if they don't, we'll just have to wait a little bit longer, I guess. Really call Princess. If you don't have a travel advisor to do it for you, call them and ask for what you want, because I know some people are going to be sailing soon, and if you want to get these things booked before you get on the ship, you generally have to do it until you're with, by the time you're a week out from sailing. Generally is about when it tightens up and closes. Maybe within that first week it'll close, but then it gets, you can't like go online and book your drink package the day before your cruise. So just wanted to make you all aware of that. Now the next thing that I wanted to talk to you all about is the Emerald Princess. So the Emerald Princess, it sounds like things are going great. We've got Let's Go family members. This one just barely finished their Panama Canal cruise on the Emerald. They had a great time. They said that they did have some problems with dining the first couple of days and that it did upset some passengers that they happened to see. Apparently they were short, Princess was short on staff on the Emerald Princess, so they had to close one of the main dining rooms. And so what they did was take the passengers who had reserved a reservation in that dining room, and they put them in line in front of the people who didn't have a reservation in the other main dining room that was still open, and so then people had to wait longer. And so that, of course, wouldn't be really popular, but they said that after a few days, everything ironed out and everything else was going much smoother. They said that they got off the ship, and since they are getting off the ship, they have not received a Princess, the little survey that they would usually send. You know what? On all of the cruises that I have been on since the restart, I have not gotten a survey. So I don't know if they're not sending them as often. I don't know why, but we haven't gotten one. And so can you guys say if you're still receiving that survey? All of you are Let's Go family members. Let us know if you're receiving that survey. The people that were just shared that experience about the Emerald Princess didn't. And then we have Let's Go family members who are currently on the Emerald Princess. They say they're having very nice so far, no major complaints. They really like their cabin steward and the other crew. The buffet seems to have really good dining. The buffet has really good food, and the main dining room seems to go very smoothly. They did eat in the Crown Grill. They were a little bit disappointed. They said that the ribeye steak was not that great, but that they love that cherrywood atmosphere. If you've not been in the Crown Grill yet, it is like that beautiful dark wood paneling on the walls. It is beautiful. They do a really nice job with the ambiance in the Crown Grill. You feel like you are eating in a very nice high-end steakhouse. They do a very nice job with that. And so I'm sad to hear that the ribeye was not up to what they would expect there, but it sounds like they're having a lovely time anyway. And then just touching really quickly again on the Enchanted Princess. You know what? This is such an interesting phenomenon. I'm going to call it a phenomenon. How people can get off the ship and have had one experience, and then people get on and have a different experience, or maybe people are on at the same time and see things a little bit differently. So yesterday I had reported that a Let's Go family member let me know that who is on the Enchanted right now, that where they were at the main dining room, the line was so long that it went out from the main dining room, and then I don't know why, instead of going down the hall, I guess it went down some, but then it looped up the staircase, and so it was really a long line. And so yesterday I forgot to ask Gordon to put the pictures in, so he is putting the pictures in today's video. And I just wanted to let you know that, you know, in thinking about it, I can see why, like on different days, you know, what time you eat can affect it, but also, is it a port day? And is it a late port day? And all of these things I think play into how busy the main dining room is. I don't think that the main dining room as a general rule is as busy when you have a port day, and especially a port day that you're not leaving until evening time, right? Because more people are still in port. Maybe they're eating in port, or they'll get back a little bit later and come to dinner much later, or they'll eat in the buffet. And so there's lots of things that can affect that. I think it also is affected by different, what time different shows are going, and different entertainment is going on the ship, where people want to be when. So lots of things can affect that. So I would say that the people say that there are really long lines for dining can be right, and the people who say we never saw a line, they can be right as well. And I think it can also vary tremendously by sailing, based on how many people are on board the ship, if the crew is still a full crew. Just so many things can affect it. So I just want to say that just because one person says one thing and someone else sees something else doesn't mean someone else is wrong. They were just there at a different time. Another Let's Go family member, and I really love to check things out, we're talking about how the Caribbean Princess is going to go from Southampton to Rome in October of 2024, and then it doesn't say where she is going to go next. And so they were wondering if maybe she's going to have a dry dock scheduled, or if there's something else. Well, I wanted to let you all know that there is this really cool website. It's called Cruise Mapper, and it shows where ships are going all of the time. And so you can look there and see when their dry dock is. And right now, for example, with the Caribbean Princess, it does not show a dry dock that is scheduled in October of 2024 when she gets done with that Southampton to Rome sailing. But I also know that all of the itineraries have not all been released that would take us from October 2024 forward for some of the different itineraries and different places, different ships. And so I am thinking that that's probably what we're waiting on with the Caribbean Princess, because on Cruise Mapper, at least so far, it does not show a dry dock. So if you're ever wondering about a particular ship, you can always look at Cruise Mapper. You can always ask me. I am really happy to look as well, and we'll talk about it together. So if you are here and you haven't subscribed yet, will you please subscribe to our channel? We would love to have you with us. We are working really hard to grow our Let's Go family so that we will have more people here so that they can share their experience and their expertise, and we will all benefit from each other. We have a wonderful community here. We've got our Let's Go Travel Tips Facebook group. If you would like to join us there, you just come and request to join and Gordon will let you right in. Now, here is a big deal. This is a big deal to me. And so here's the whole discussion. You know, I had mentioned when I got back from visiting my mom in the middle of January, how important I thought it was. No, it was the end of January. Sorry, I had to remember which trip it was. At the end of January, that I would really like to think of a way that we can start to chart when some of the big group cruises are going so that we can all decide if we want to be on a ship at that time with a group like that, like not in a discriminatory way at all, but just to be aware of like the groups that'll be sailing so that you can kind of choose and navigate what kind of a cruise you would like to experience when you're on board. And yes, when there are big groups on board, it does affect the experience of everyone. So with the Vloggers Extravaganza cruise that we were just on the Norwegian breakaway out of New Orleans, to me, our group, it was like, what did, I think Tony said there were 900 people that were officially with that group. I would say that overall we were a very like quiet group. We did not have large get-togethers other than in the theater, and that was quiet. People were just in the theater during their allotted time. We did not have like loud get-togethers otherwise. So to me, it wouldn't have really affected the cruise experience of other people on board. Now, if you experienced that differently than I did, let me know, because I always like to know those things. But at the same time, when you have a large group, and like for example, when I met our Let's Go family, Mary, I met her on the way when I was going from New Orleans to Indianapolis at the end of the Vloggers cruise there in the Indianapolis airport. We were getting our luggage. She was telling me that she just got off I think it was the Regal Princess, and while we were on the breakaway, they had been on the Regal Princess, and she was saying how there was like an Irish dancing group that was on board at the same time. Huge group and very, very loud. Like they had lots of get-togethers, lots of people singing and dancing all the time, and it really did affect their cruise. And how the week before that it had been, gosh, I want to say, I can't remember what kind of a group, but so people that had booked it back-to-back got loud groups both cruises. And it doesn't mean you can never get away from them, but it definitely does affect what goes on during your cruise. And so she was so kind and sent me a couple of updates, and one of them, so this is really interesting. So she was booked on one of these cruises and we were booked on the other one, and either way we are both going to cancel and move to another sailing. Does it mean that I think these people in these groups are bad? Heavens no. I think it's awesome that they do this. I think it's terrific. I just want generally a quieter cruise when I go. So Gordon and I had booked the Majestic Princess July 22nd to Alaska. We were going to do the northbound from Vancouver up to Anchorage. We just booked it a few weeks ago. We were trying to figure out when we could do that, and we're really looking forward to it. But on that exact same sailing, they are doing a 7-night cruise and then a 4-day on land to Denali National Park cruise. So it is Andy Cooney's Cruise Alaska Land and Sea. It says with your host Andy Cooney and his band, and so they are an Irish singing band, and they also do Irish dancing, is also a part of what they do on their group cruises. And so I looked them up, and it looks like the current average size of a lot of their groups, and I don't know how big the one is on the Majestic Princess. The Majestic Princess can hold 3,660 people, but their groups routinely average 1,700 people in the group. So that would be, if it's 1,700 people, you're looking at almost half of the ship would be people in that group. And then also Mary sent the other one, and it is called Andy Cooney's 25th Annual Cruise of Irish Stars. It goes from February 3rd to February 10th of 2024. It's going to be on the Sky Princess there. It's round trip from Fort Lauderdale to the Western Caribbean. So, and by the way, if these sound like a dream come true to you, just Google them. And you have to sign up if you want to be part of their group. You have to, which is like all group cruises do. It's like with our group. If you want to be part of our group, you book with me. If you want to be part of their group and attend their activities, then you have to you have to book with their group. And if you really can't find it anywhere, send me an email and I'll send you the information, because if you enjoy that, you should go. And so with that, they are having on this one, February 3rd through the 10th, they are bringing on board like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 additional groups with more entertainment to be announced. So it's going to be huge on this cruise. And so if you had in mind a more quiet and relaxing cruise to the Caribbean, this is probably not the cruise for you. If you want to participate in a group like this or be on board with people and like that, this is the cruise for you. So it's not bad, it's just different. And so I wanted to let you know about these in case you're thinking of booking a cruise to either one of these places. You can be aware of what's going on these particular cruises. I would really like us to be able to put together like a resource, and on our website would be great. If you post it, then we'll figure out a way to do it, that we'll start listing group cruises. So if you're looking at booking, you can check our website and see, do we already know of a group that's going that week? And I would submit that, if you go with this kind of a group, it's going to be a little noisier and way more going on than if you go like on a cruise, like when Dawn's group is on there, or Tony's group's on there, or our group is much smaller than theirs. But it's just a different thing based on what they want to do with their group cruise, right? And so I just wanted to make you all aware of this. And like I said, let me know if you have heard of any other group cruises that are going on, and not just on Princess. Tell us like on all of the different cruise lines, if you happen to know any. I know that on Cruise Critic they mention a lot, and so that is a really good resource. If you've got time and you want to send me anything from that, let me know. I am just busy, but I'm going to try to take time to try to look for more of these, and then you could check. And also, if you're wanting a particular kind of group, I think it would be awesome to be a resource for that too, that you could say, oh, I want to go with Irish Singers, like when would they be going? And then you can know what to do. So I appreciate, what do you all think of this? Tell me what you think about cruising with big groups, and what big groups are you looking to join? I think that there's a lot of fun that people have in group cruises. A tremendous amount of fun. It's like cruising with your tribe, right? People that enjoy the same things as you, and when they bring their own entertainment and these things like these, I think it's just amazing for people, as well as people that are going to come with us on a cruise. It's just, people travel together for all kinds of different reasons, and I think it's really good when people have people to go with. So let me know what you think. I'm looking forward to hearing from you. And if you are on a cruise ship, let me know how things are going, no matter what cruise line you're going on. We'd love to hear from you. And so if you appreciate these updates, please give this video a thumbs up. And I'll be talking to you all again really soon. You all take really good care. God bless you. Love you. Bye-bye.